Hi, I'm Emma, the wealthiest girl in town. But I wish I wasn't. Before I tell you my story, please like and subscribe. My parents are insanely rich. They own a mansion, have maids and butlers, and drive fancy sports cars. Dad is always on business trips, leaving Mom and me in that enormous house. And that's the problem with my life.
It's okay, Emma Bear. Your mother is only strict because she loves you.
Really, Dad? She controls everything in my life. If she's not careful, she'll love me to death. With Dad always working, Mom controlled my whole life. She was always telling me what to do.
Emma, you have ballet in 15 minutes. Emma, hurry to your music lesson. I chose a new piano teacher for you. Emma, I threw out all your old clothes. They were so last season.
After being the perfect daughter all day, movies were my only escape. I loved teen rom-coms. Being homeschooled by private tutors meant I had no friends and no social life. And actually, I'm kinda awkward. My favorite movie characters are always having adventures with their besties. I wanted my life to be like that. When I turned 15, I begged Mom to let me attend public high school. Mom wasn't happy, but with a little help from Dad, she finally agreed on one condition. I could only be friends with other rich kids. Fast forward 1 year, and I hated my life. My friends were wealthy, mean girls who judged everyone else.
Look, that guy's wearing a shirt that was trendy 2 years ago. How embarrassing.
Then there was Boyce. His family was almost as rich as mine, and he hung around my girlfriends like an annoying fly. What kind of name is Boyce anyway? And Mom got even stricter. During summer break, she sent me to a boring doctor camp for kids, which I hated. When I got back, she took my phone away and scheduled my entire day. Studying and attending lessons she picked. She only let me have my iPhone for an hour a day after checking it and deleting any apps she thought were distracting. I felt so suffocated. I thought I was gonna lose my mind. But then, on the first day of sophomore year, everything changed when I met Carla and David. I stepped into my first class and my stomach dropped. Not one of my friends was there. Miserably, I took the only empty seat next to two strangers, a girl and a boy. The girl was crying and the boy was comforting her. I found myself asking them, "Hey, what's wrong?"
Her great-grandpa passed away.
Great? How old was he?
97.
Well, maybe it's a bit of relief. I mean, he's not in pain anymore, right? And, it might be a little easier for everyone now, I guess.
Why would you say that?
Well, it's kinda true. He was in pain and we were too poor to hire a caretaker. I don't want to look like a bad person. I really loved him, but it was kind of a burden.
See? Told you. But of course, sorry for your loss. Can I hug you? She hugged me, and I wasn't sure if she was crying or laughing. I'm sorry, I'm just too awkward.
You're interesting enough.
David's backpack and clothes were worn, and Carla had wild hair and duct-taped shoes, but they seemed kind. I left the class walking with them.
Emma, please, don't tell me you're that desperate. Hanging out with the nobodies? Look at their clothes and shoes.
Come on, Carla. Let's just go.
Wait, Emma, look at him. Do you think it's fair what happened to my great-grandpa and not him?
No, Carla, we can't make him join your great-grandpa. Let's start with small steps. Boyce, you know what? Buzz off.
If that's your first step, then it would take us 100 years to get him to join my great-grandpa.
Fine. See this? Boyce, clothes, shoes, none of that even matters. You may have the most expensive outfit, Boyce, but your personality is still ugly.
Okay, not bad. I rate it 2 out of 10.
Ugh, you'll regret insulting me.
Boyce stormed off.
Oh, it affected him. Okay then, 3 out of 10.
You make one scary bodyguard, rich girl. Remind me to stay on your good side.
Wow, David, this is your 3rd sentence today. You broke a record.
What does that mean?
He doesn't talk much. Maybe he likes you.
No, I don't.
4 sentences.
Then maybe you're too nervous and that makes you talk too much. Nervous because of Emma.
I'm not nervous.
5 sentences.
Can you stop counting?
6 sentences.
Wow, 6 sentences. You've hit your daily limit. Does that mean you won't talk for the next 2 days to balance it out?
I looked at him, waiting for him to say another sentence, but he just looked at me and knew what I was waiting for. He shrugged his shoulders and walked away.
Only 6 sentences, so give me the $5.
Wait, did you bet on me?
Ha! 7 sentences. You give me the $5. Carla looked upset that she lost. Fine, don't pay. I'll make it up to you and invite you for ice cream. Sorry, David, we bet on you. Carla told me during class that you don't talk much and suggested the bet David gave Carla a really now look.
What? I needed money.
We went to the ice cream shop and ended up having so much fun. It was a good feeling I rarely experienced. The last time I remembered feeling this happy and safe was when I was 5 playing in the park with Dad. It turned out we had one amazing thing in common. We all loved movies. I had always struggled to share my passion with my rich friends, but with Carla and David, I felt like I could talk for hours. So I had a secret life. Weeks passed, and Carla, David, and I grew closer. Boyce and my old girlfriends teased me, but I didn't care. I was finally happy. However, there was still one problem. My mom still believed I was her perfect daughter. I thought I could hang out with Carla and David at school and pretend they didn't exist at home, until one day, my mom stepped into my bedroom.
Good news, Emma! I've picked a perfect boyfriend for you. He's from a wealthy family, and his parents are very excited for you two to connect.
I gasped. This was the last straw. It was one thing to choose my friends, but my boyfriend? That was too far. As if things couldn't get worse, Mom showed me a picture of this boyfriend, and to my horror, it was Boyce. I couldn't wait any longer. It was time to be honest. Mom, I can't date Boyce. He bullies my friends.
Oh, Emma, why would anyone bully those pretty girls?
No, Mom. My real friends, Carla and David. Finally, I explained the truth. Mom listened in silence. When I finished, she grabbed her phone.
I'm calling your stupid school. I'm withdrawing you. Tomorrow, you will go back to homeschooling where you belong.
For the first time, it wasn't hurt or sadness that I felt whenever Mom controlled my life. I was angry. I looked directly into Mom's eyes.
What, Emma? Is there anything you want to say?
Yes, Mom. Back off. I pushed her out of my way and left the house. I found myself heading to Carla's place. I thought I knew where her house was located, but I reached a place that looked more like a warehouse. I knocked on the door, and a little girl opened it.
Oh, you're the rich girl.
My name is Emma.
Yeah, but you're the rich girl, right?
Well, I don't prefer being called that.
Yeah, just say yes.
Oh, obviously, Carla's sister. Where is she?
She's with Dad. She sometimes works with him in gardening for some rich people.
Oh, I didn't know she worked after school. Okay, how long will it take her to get back?
I think they're done by now. Did you come straight from home?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get here?
About 20 minutes?
Okay, then 20 minutes.
Wait, why did you ask? I'm confused. Are you saying...
Yeah, she works at your house. You never noticed? Shows how much you care about your workers and talk to them. Why are you standing there shocked? Come on, get inside. I'll show you some of the toys I have. They were yours when you were little. Your mom gave them to my dad and said you didn't need them anymore.
I was stunned. Their house was indeed a warehouse. Carla's sister told me they were kicked out of their old apartment because they didn't pay rent for 3 months.
An old friend of Dad's told him that we could live in this warehouse temporarily till things get better. We've been living here for 2 years now.
When Carla arrived, she was shocked to see me. I explained everything and what Mom did.
But you can't stay here for too long. I mean, look around.
I don't care. I just want to be away from Mom. Carla, why didn't you tell me you worked for us?
I wasn't shy or ashamed, Emma, but I enjoyed our friendship and didn't want you to see me as your employee or something.
I would never see you like that. Come on, Carla.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, if you're sleeping here, you'll sleep next to my sister. She still wets her bed sometimes, so if you wake up covered in pee, that's on you.
Oh, wow. Best toast ever.
Oh, did you meet my mom? Wait until you taste her cooking. She's the best.
Hi, honey. Carla's told me so much about you. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. Oh, Carla, look, I got you new shoes.
But Mom, we agreed you'd buy new pants for yourself next.
Who cares about an old woman's pants? But you go to school. And I want the other kids to see that you can have new shoes sometimes.
Well, I don't care about impressing them if it tires you out.
When I see you wearing something new and nice, it makes all the tiredness go away. Carla's mom was incredibly kind and generous. She worked as a cleaning lady, and despite their poverty, she was the most selfless woman, always making sure I was comfortable. Your mom loves you.
Don't all mothers love their children?
I don't think so, no. That night, we called David and played cards, laughing together. So, David, why don't you talk much? Is there a sad story behind it, or are you just a weird guy?
No sad story. Sorry to disappoint you. My parents didn't talk much to me when I was little. I just grew up lonely.
And You don't think that's a sad story?
That makes it even sadder.
David threw a pillow at Carla, spilling the soda she was holding on her, and we all burst out laughing. I spent the next 2 days at Carla's place. I used Apple Pay to buy a lot of stuff for Carla and her family, and also for David. Here, David, I got you a parrot. He talks and repeats words. It'll help you talk more.
Who said I'm upset that I don't talk much? I enjoy my life the way it is.
Hello, jerk.
Hello. Well, no, we don't say jerk. It's a bad word. We say pal, buddy, pal, buddy. Oh, Emma, okay, I see your point.
And for you, Carla, I got you this.
Wow, thank you.
But just then, Mom burst in with police officers.
You think you can just kidnap my daughter? I'll make you regret this. Officers, arrest them!
No, Mom! No, officer, don't arrest them! I came here on my own. I kept begging, but no one paid any attention, and the officers took Carla's parents away. Carla's sister started crying. I was going to comfort her when Mom dragged me out. She forced me into the car. When we got home, I locked myself in my room and ignored her. That night, I called Dad. If you want me to behave, you have to fix this and help Carla's parents. Otherwise, God knows what I'll do, and no regret in the world would be enough for you to bear. Dad helped them get out, but I just stopped talking to Mom. One night, I heard Dad's voice. I ran downstairs and hugged him.
It's been 2 weeks. Isn't it time to forgive your mom? I know she's a bit much sometimes, but she loves you.
I don't need just love. I need her warmth and understanding. But she keeps controlling my life, Dad. She even decided who I should date. I've had enough. Carla and David might be poor, but at least they have the freedom to live their life the way they want. And I want that too now, even if it means staying away from Mom.
I have to tell you something. When we first fell in love, we had no money. Life was really tough for us. We had to scrape together loose change and lived in tiny, rundown apartments until you were born. The moment your mom and I saw you, we promised to do whatever it took to give you the best life possible. We never wanted you to go through what we did. That's why I work so much and why your mother is so strict.
Thanks for sharing, but that doesn't give her the right to control me like a puppet. If you want, you can book me a hotel room to stay away from Mom, or I'll just run away again.
Don't say that. You know what? I'll help Carla's and David's family. Will that make you less angry and drop the idea of leaving the house for now?
Helping my friend wouldn't fix my problems, but I didn't want to miss this chance for them, so I nodded. Dad got Carla's family a better apartment and increased her dad's salary. Her mom also became our head maid. Mom wasn't too happy about it, but I didn't care. She tried to apologize, but I was still too angry to talk to her and didn't feel she was sincere. Mom gave me some freedom, but she still wanted me to join lessons and host parties to meet new people. I knew it was hard for Mom to change, so I started sneaking out to go to Carla's place. I loved Carla's mom's lentil soup. It was so good. She was also the best storyteller. Sometimes I would fall asleep listening to her stories, but she'd always wake me up to go home. She wouldn't risk it again. A few days later, while we were at school, Carla's mom had a terrible accident at her house. She fell down the stairs. When Carla found out, she was terrified for her mom. We rushed to the hospital. Carla cried and prayed the entire way. I'd never seen her like that. When we got there, we found her mom lying in bed, looking hurt and tired. She couldn't move, but she saw us from the corner of her eye. Carla, baby. Carla ran to her and cried on her chest, her sister joining in. Her mom cried too. Suddenly, I found myself hugging them and crying as well. Then I heard a voice.
You never hugged me like that, Emma.
Mom was standing at the door. She was the one who had brought Carla's mom to the hospital and stayed with her all day. Well, you never loved me the way Carla's mom loves her.
Of course I love you, honey. I know you've been sneaking almost every night to go to Carla's place, but I didn't stop you.
Gee, thanks, Mom. Well, if you love me so much, tell me, what's my favorite color, Mom?
Pink?
Wrong. Maybe that was my favorite color when I was 5, and you probably told me it should be my favorite color.
Emma, I'm sorry. I realize my mistake now. I'll change. Can you come home?
Can you leave? Mom looked sad and left. And the next day, the doctors told us that Mom settled the entire hospital bill for Carla's family. I was a bit shocked, but it still wasn't enough for me to forgive her. I was pretty sure she was acting out of guilt.
I think she's trying to win you back. Maybe she's changing.
I don't think so, but I'll send her a thank you message. Emma, dear, your mom loves you. She can be strict, but maybe that's just her way of showing her love. Give her a second chance. I'm sure she'll change. That night, I was drinking chocolate milk on Carla's balcony when David came in.
I heard what your mom did. I think it's time you give her a second chance.
Why does everyone keep saying that? She's been controlling me my entire life. I need another lifetime to forgive her. You know what? I'll go to her. If you can guarantee she won't annoy me for the next 2 weeks, even 2 days.
If I could predict the future, I'd have hugged my mom the morning she left if I knew she'd be gone forever.
What do you mean?
Mom left when I was little, and Dad neglected me for so long. Then he remarried, and she's not nice to me. I don't talk to her or my dad. I just miss my mom and hope she's okay and will come back to me.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
It's okay. Your mom has been trying to get you back for weeks. She calls me and Carla, crying and begging. The least you can do is talk to her. She's inside, waiting for you.
I walked into the living room and found Mom crying. She looked tired and depressed.
I promise I'll be good. If I bother you again, I'll leave the house myself.
I hugged her. Come on, Mom. Let's go.
Ever since I was practically a baby, I dreamed of having a pony. I had pony dolls and drew pictures of ponies and watched as many movies and TV shows about ponies as I could.
Mama, look at that beautiful pony. Look at the pretty outfit on the lady riding the pony.
My older sister Trish didn't share my love for ponies at all, and my parents weren't very enthusiastic about getting me one either.
But we have so much space. I promise I'll never ride it too far.
Emily, you're too little. Besides, horses are very expensive and riding can be dangerous.
Your mom's right. Why can't you be interested in playing with your dolls like your sister?
Our house was away from the city and it had a big yard and even an old barn which could be used as a stable. It was the perfect place to keep a pony, but they just wouldn't let me. Even though I was a couple of years younger than my sister, our birthdays were on the same day of the year. It was so irritating because I wanted to have a birthday of my own, but it always felt more like her birthday instead of mine. I guess because she'd been around longer. Happy birthday, Trish. Oh, and you too, Emily. Every year for our birthdays, Trish would ask for something frivolous like a makeup kit or a new phone, and she always got what she wanted, even if she was too young for it.
Thanks, guys. My iPhone's amazing. Let's all pose so we can take a selfie.
Wow, look at all those great photo filters it has.
But I only ever wished for one thing, a pony.
You gave me a makeup kit? This is what Trish wanted. I asked for a pony.
My 8th birthday and Trish's 10th should have been the best day of my life, but my parents found a way to make sure it wasn't.
Oh my goodness, it's a pony. You finally got me a pony. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Now, hold on there. This horse is for both of you girls. Trish will take riding lessons first, and then you can have your turn when you're older, Emily.
You want me to ride that big, scary, dirty animal? But
horse riding's great, honey. It may seem awful to you now, but trust me, you'll love it once you get the hang of it.
I don't have a problem with the horse. I love him already. Just tell me, when's my turn?
While Trish takes riding lessons, you need to care for the horse so you learn how to be responsible, because you're so little.
So maybe in a year or two.
In a year or two? That's so unfair. Trish didn't even want a horse, and she gets to start riding right away?
I felt like Cinderella, cleaning up and preparing the feed for the horses for more than a year, while my sister rode around like a snooty little princess. Trish actually got pretty good at it, and after her first year of riding, she started entering into competitions, and I still hadn't gotten my turn. I was so tired of this, so one night I decided to take things into my own hands. I snuck out late and saddled the horse, then climbed onto it.
Giddy up, let's go! Yay!
But no sooner had I made one lap around the yard that Trish ran out in front of us.
What are you doing, Emily? You have no training, you'll hurt yourself. Whoa, horsey, calm down, boy.
But the horse was really agitated, and he reared up and threw me off. Trish let out a shrill scream, and my parents came running out.
What's going on here?
I looked up at Trish, my eyes pleading with her to side with me and pretend like she was the one who'd taken out the horse for a ride. But of course, she did not.
Are you crazy? You shouldn't have been riding without taking lessons first. It's dangerous.
You were out here riding, Emily? You could have been badly hurt. How could you sneak out like that behind our backs?
If you had let me take lessons in the first place, I wouldn't have had to sneak out.
You're clearly still not responsible enough to start riding.
What? What are you saying?
I'm saying we should wait at least another year for your lessons.
No, you're the worst. I'm not going to be my sister's maid forever while she gets to live my dream.
You don't have a say here. You're still a child. She was right. I had no say, and my tantrums went ignored. Even though I wasn't allowed to ride, I still loved that horse, so I kept taking care of it and watching my sister from behind the scenes, competing competing in rodeos and winning big, shiny trophies and medals. One day, before one of Trish's rodeo competitions, I was brushing down the horse and singing to it when suddenly this boy, who was one of the competitors, started playing along with his guitar. I was a little embarrassed, but it was magical at the same time.
Hey, I'm Josh. I hope it's okay that I just started playing. Your singing was really pretty and I just couldn't help myself.
No, it was perfect. Usually horses are my only audience, but I liked having someone else to sing to. He was a couple of years older than me, but that didn't matter. I could feel the connection between us. It was like electricity.
If you want, I can teach you to play guitar.
Oh, that would be wonderful, but I couldn't ask you to do that. I'm sure you're very busy.
You didn't ask. I offered. Besides, you tend to meet the same people a lot on the rodeo circuit, and I'd like to look forward to meeting you in each new city.
Spending time with Josh and learning to play guitar was so much fun. I almost didn't even mind my parents ignoring me or being my sister's servant anymore. Well, I did, but not as much. When I was 15, we went to a huge rodeo in Nashville. I'd never seen such big, beautiful stages and sparkly costumes in my life. But it all turned out to be a bit overwhelming for Trish's horse. While she was doing a rehearsed routine during the opening ceremony, the bright lights flashed right in her horse's eyes and blinded it, and the loud voices over the stadium speakers frightened it even more. It started to panic and act up. Watching from the sidelines, I suddenly had an idea. I grabbed a mic and rushed out onto the arena. Emily, get back! It's too dangerous!
What are you doing? Emily, you'll spook the horse more and get Trish hurt.
I started singing a country song I'd written myself, and the whole audience went silent with breathless anticipation. The horse almost immediately started calming down at my voice, as if he was entranced by it. And when the song ended, the audience erupted into cheers and applause. I was requested to sing another song, and everyone loved it. After the rodeo was over, a man in a suit approached me.
Hi, Emily. I'm a big record executive here in Nashville, and I think you could be the biggest country music star ever.
Wow, really?
Yes, really.
My parents weren't thrilled at the idea, but the executive convinced them by saying I could perform at the same places we were already going to for rodeo shows, so they agreed. But Josh seemed really excited for me and gave me a big hug.
Thank goodness you acted fast and saved your sister like that, and I'm so proud of you for getting that recording contract.
I blushed at the compliment. As we pulled apart, our faces were close, and I felt this was the moment we were going to share our first kiss. But then suddenly, something horrible happened. Well, I'm glad this show's over.
Trish, I was so worried for you.
Josh literally pushed me away and drew Trish into a long hug, and then they kissed. I was so shocked. It was like reality had shattered into a million pieces, and down was up and up was down. It didn't make sense. And then I was so angry I could spit nails. I felt like fire was running through my veins, and I wanted to shoot lasers out of my eyes. Get away from him, witch! What? How could you steal my boyfriend, Trish? Right in front of my face?
Your what? Emily, when did I ever say I was your boyfriend?
You implied it. I mean, I think you did. There's clearly a connection between us.
There's clearly been some confusion, but I don't want to get in the middle of sisters. I don't think I can be around either of you. I'm sorry.
Josh, wait!
I hope you can both work things out. Goodbye.
As Josh left, I turned furiously to Trish. Haven't you stolen enough from me already? Did you have to take him too? She just gaped at me like a fish, like I was the one who'd done something wrong. I cried all that night, and I refused to talk to Trish for months. Fortunately, singing and writing songs kept me so busy that I didn't have time to keep dwelling on how Trish had betrayed me, and I poured most of my anger and hurt into my lyrics. I recorded my first album, and when it was released, it debuted at the top of the charts. I was famous overnight. My face was all over billboards, and people were always stopping me in public to get my autograph. I even started a vlog on social media and instantly got millions of followers. By the time I was 16, I was world famous and had more money than my parents ever had. So I decided to move out on my own. My parents tried to stop me. I forbid you to move out. You are still a child and too little? You've been telling me that my entire life, and it's never been true. I am not too little. I've achieved big things and have even bigger dreams. I have my own money now, and I'm gonna live my own life exactly the way I want.
As long as you are still legally a minor, you're living under our roof, under our rules.
That's what he thought. By that time, I had my own agent, manager, and legal team. They helped me get legally emancipated. I bought my own house, and I finally had a beautiful horse for myself. I paid for my own lessons and even rode the horse during some of my live concerts. Months later, my latest concert tour brought me back to my hometown. After performing on on opening night, I walked out of the venue's back entrance to find a girl crying in the alley. It was Trish. Trish, what are you doing here? Emily, I wasn't expecting to run into you. Strange, because if you didn't want to run into me, you shouldn't have come to my concert. And why are you crying? Not that I care, I'm just curious. I came because I wanted to see you perform, but seeing you on the stage and living out your dreams just made me a bit sad. Mom and Dad are making me go out on the rodeo circuit again. What an ungrateful diva. She'd gotten everything she wanted, plus everything I wanted. So why are you complaining? I had to go find another dream because you took mine away, and now you're crying about it? Emily, I never wanted to ride a horse in the first place. How do you not remember that? I wanted to play with makeup and design dresses. Mom and Dad made me take lessons so I could be a good example for you. I'm sure all of their attention and winning those awards didn't hurt. My medals and trophies mean nothing to me, and our parents were suffocating me with attention. I couldn't get a second to myself. I wished I could just hang out in the stables like you for just one day. You wished you were like me? Oh, I see. Maybe that explains why you tried to steal Josh from me. I didn't even know he was your boyfriend. I don't think he knew that either. Are you sure you didn't just misread some signs? I don't know. Maybe I did. It was beginning to dawn on me that I'd been kind of self-absorbed and jumped to conclusions too fast. And maybe my sister wasn't that horrible. She just didn't have the strength to fight for her dreams like I did. Trish, I'm sorry I judged you so harshly, but you really can't spend the rest of your life doing something you don't love. You need to stand up to Mom and Dad, and I'll come with you. My parents were shocked to see me, and even more surprised when I told them Trish wouldn't be competing in rodeos anymore.
That's not your decision, Emily.
You're right, it's not. It's Trish's decision. And you're not being good parents by keeping your kids away from their dreams. You already drove one daughter away. Do you want to drive Trish out of your lives too by being so bullheaded? For the first time in my life, my parents were speechless and were actually listening to what I had to say. We thought we were doing the best for both of you. You were always on the smaller side, and I was terrified to let you go for something risky like horse riding.
And Trish was so good at it. We thought she'd be more successful than she would be at fashion. I can see that we were wrong, and we're sorry.
It's okay, Dad.
When I was little, my mom worked for this rich woman who was the third cousin of the daughter of the king of bleep. Oops, I forgot. Mom and I signed an NDA, so I really can't say which country or what king. Anyway, the rich woman had a fabulous life. She and her daughter Gigi, who was my age, lived in a beautiful mansion. They went to the spa every week and on vacation every weekend. But the only thing was that the paparazzi never left them alone. They camped in front of the house and hid in the trees to get a glimpse of Gigi and her mom. Gigi and I looked alike, so I'd often pose as her decoy. I'd walk out the front door in her fancy clothes and smile for the paparazzi, while Gigi snuck out the back into a tinted SUV and sped off. Life was great until Gigi and her mom moved back to bleep, and Mom lost her job. We moved into a tiny house, and Mom had to work 2 jobs just to afford the rent. I hated being poor. It made me sick to my stomach. So I decided I had to be rich one day. I worked harder than ever in school so I could get a good job and make a ton of money. Then one day, I was called into the principal's office, and she gave me the best news ever.
Congratulations, Grace! You've been awarded a scholarship to one of the most prestigious private schools in the city.
I was over the moon, but there was one big problem. My new school was filled with rich kids. There was no way I was gonna fit in. That night, I had nightmares about them laughing at me and chasing me through the halls. The next morning, I woke up and prayed that I could win $1 million. And then the craziest thing happened.
I talked with your Aunt Maddie. She lives near your new school. You'll be staying with her so I can save some money.
I jumped for joy. I just hit the jackpot. Aunt Maddie was a filthy rich lawyer. She was so generous that she'd recently adopted a daughter my age. That evening, Aunt Maddie's chauffeur picked me up in a limousine and drove me to her mansion. My adopted cousin Victoria greeted me at the door. She looked like a supermodel, aside from these huge glasses that were way too big for her face. Victoria took me to my room, and as I was unpacking, she kept staring at my clothes. Whoa, what happened? I've seen homeless people wear better clothes. I was so embarrassed, I started crying like an idiot. They're all I have. I'm poor. Oh, don't worry about it, Grace. I've got your back. You can borrow some of my clothes. I've got plenty. Victoria led me to her room, where she opened a walk-in closet twice the size of my mom's house, filled with dozens of Gucci and Versace dresses, shoes, and handbags. I was in heaven. When we got to school, I strutted like a superstar down the hallway, and all the kids couldn't stop staring at me. In class, the teacher asked us all to introduce ourselves and share something interesting about our families. All the other kids came from wealthy families that owned huge business empires. Some even had parents who were famous celebrities. When the teacher asked me to introduce myself, I walked to the front of the class. I felt really nervous. I couldn't tell them about my poor single mom who worked as a janitor at a beauty salon and waited tables at a 2-star restaurant. Then suddenly, something strange came over me, and the most unexpected words just fell out of my mouth. Hi everyone, I'm Grace, and I'm an heiress to the throne of Bleep.
Due to the privacy of the royal family, we cannot...
Jeez, can we skip the legal mumbo-jumbo and get back to the story? Now, where was I? Oh yeah, everyone in class stared at me like I was a unicorn. I took out my phone and flashed one of my photos from a magazine, and the kids went wild. Victoria appeared out of nowhere and pulled me to the side. Have you lost your mind? You just told everyone a big fat lie. My mind is right where it's supposed to be, if you must know. Plus, it's not really a lie. You were Gigi's stand-in. My mom told me all about it. You're stealing her identity. I'm just borrowing it. She won't even notice. Victoria walked away, then a bunch of popular kids ran over to me. My plan was working like a charm. Are you really in line for the throne? Yep. It's a very real possibility. Everyone in line before me is old and sick.
I thought you moved back to Europe.
That's fake news. But aren't you living with Victoria? Yes. My mother wants me to have a more grounded experience among commoners, but it's just temporary. Ta-ta. Sorry, no more questions today. Maybe we can have crumpets and tea later. Then Damien, the most beautiful boy I'd ever seen, patted me on my shoulder and my heart skipped a beat. His sparkly brown eyes and warm smile made my heart flutter.
Your Highness, would you do me the honor of coming to my party tonight?
He took my hand and kissed it. Yes, please. That night, I raided Victoria's closet and found the perfect dress.